Hello everyone, welcome back. My name is Praveen Kumar Sriram. I'm a Microsoft certified trainer, author, currently working as a solutions architect on Azure. Today we are going to learn about Azure Private Endpoints. This is a kind of series. We are going to learn about private endpoints in a set of around 10 different videos. This is the first video. In this video we are going to just learn the overview of private endpoints, and in the subsequent videos we will learn more about how to create private endpoints for at least 2 different Azure services, and then later we are going to learn how to write bicep code for the same. Let's get started. First we'll understand what is Azure Private Endpoint, what is the use case, what are the advantages, and then I'll just show you some slides on what exactly is private endpoint is going to help us. So private endpoints provide us private and secure access. So basically they allow us to securely connect to any Azure service like storage account, database, app service, function app, and many more Azure PaaS services. So the way it provides us secure access is it allows us to access via private IP address, which is within the range of our virtual network, that eliminates public exposure. That means, let's say when you create any Azure PaaS service, by default it has a public endpoint, which means anybody can access it over internet, which can be a security concern, right? So in case if there is any specific resource that you want to allow only access to it via private IP, for example, all databases contain data in general must be very secured, right? So if at all you don't want allow your SQL database to be exposed via public endpoint, then definitely you should use private endpoints to secure it, so that it only has private IP address and not public IP address. So private endpoints help you to secure the data stored in your database. Right? The rest of other points that are discussed here are very similar. It can be used in any of the PaaS services that are provided in Microsoft Azure. And of course, the other networking features like NSGs, user-defined routes, RBAC, all that can also be achieved in private endpoints. In any organization, definitely you will have some requirements of creating a virtual network. Let's assume this simple box is a virtual network. Of course, it will have multiple subnets, right? And whenever you create any app service, an app service plan, it will be created outside the VNet. Okay, obviously when you create database or a SQL server, it will also be created outside the VNet like this. Now by default, as I said earlier, these two Azure PaaS services has a public endpoint. That is how you access them. So which means these two are Azure resources that are exposed to internet. Definitely they are vulnerable. So now in case if your organization needs both of them to be part of VNet, so that only people or only the resources or applications from within the network can access it, then you should use something called as private endpoint. You see here, this is a private endpoint that is attached to this particular SQL server. When you do this, what happens is it brings your SQL server along with database into that particular VNet. Technically, yes, it is how it behaves. Though internally your database is not completely sitting your VNet, but all the routing to your database will be routed via this network. So only applications from within that VNet can be accessed, can access your server. And of course other VNets via peering can also access your database, but overall only the resources from within the network can access your SQL server. So when you attach a private endpoint, the SQL server will get a private IP address, and you can also deny or remove public access so that nobody can access it over internet. So in this case here, we attached a private endpoint to SQL server. Similarly, if you want to bring your app service plan into the network, then you also have to create one more private endpoint to your app service web app. So once you do that, the app service web app will also be sitting inside your VNet. In this diagram, we have two subnets, one for databases, one for app services. So how do you want to create subnets, all that, it's up to you. But this is a simple architecture that I have designed for learning purpose. Okay. So in the upcoming videos, I'm going to explain more about this. First, to make everybody understand, I will first create these resources from the Azure portal. Once you understand the concept, then we are going to implement that via Bicep. So please stay tuned, please follow me to get updates on the upcoming videos. So don't forget to hit the subscribe button. Thanks for listening. If you have any feedback, please provide your feedback in the comment section. I'll see you in the next video. Thank you.